All My Children, weekdays at 11 a.m. on KFBB-TV 5.
Good evening, I'm Catherine Dorsett. Topping our news, a grass fire burned about 70 acres of land southeast of Ulm this afternoon. No one was injured. It took crews from 3 departments less than an hour to bring the blaze under control.
True Making News Channel 5, your choice for news.
We'll see you tonight at 10. The Disney movie Suspect Behavior is next.
Hello again, it's time for the news. Police need your help to find a woman before she cleans out her victim's bank account. We'll tell you what to look for.
It's a picture as old as the system itself. Mailman comes to your door, dog chases him out of the yard. From Joe LePage in the newsroom, I'll tell you why the post office is trying to take a bite out of delivery.
Some kids in Conrad win a nationwide contest. I'm Lindsay Mammon. Coming up, I'll show you why they were hot dogging it today.
Improving weather as we talk about the Memorial Day weekend. Charlie Hyde at Weather Central. I've got a great forecast in a bit.
Plus, Jason Walker with an exclusive report on setup for the Academy of Country Music Awards, all the way from Sin City. We'll see just how much trouble Jaywalk is getting into. That's straight ahead. The news starts now.
Now, live from Great Falls, Casey Kelly. Charlie Hyde with weather. Chris Nettleton on sports. Just you watch. This is ABC 5 News.
5:30 in Great Falls. Time for news. I'm Casey Kelly. Here's your top story for tonight. A lesson in remembering to lock your car door.
Tonight's weather report is brought to you by Mitchell's Crash Repair. When the insurance company asks where, tell them Crash Repair. 1021 15th Street North. It's time for your weather report with Charlie Hyde on KFBB News Channel 5.
Very slight chance for some scattered showers after midnight over the northeastern corner of the state. High pressure will move in over the area on Monday. Late Tuesday, there will be a significant weather change. Now, low pressure will be near the Pacific Northwest coast by late Tuesday. The associated cold front is expected to be near the Cut Bank at Butte line by Tuesday evening. Look for cooler.
Up next,
we don't know what might have happened.
News of yet another school shooting, this time in California. And the latest on today's severe winter storm right now on Fox 5 News at 9.
Your first local news at 9 starts right now, only on Fox 5 at 9.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Emily Scarlett. What a day. The winter snowstorm coming down nonstop since early this morning, creating treacherous road conditions and poor visibility. Great Falls police tell us there have been 21 accidents since 5:30 this morning, six of those just in the last few hours.
Good morning, Montana. I'm Ben Kaplan with your news headlines. Republican Senate candidate Steve Daines visited Helena Monday for a roundtable discussion on the Medicare Advantage program for Montana beneficiaries. Right off the bat, some people explain they...
Your local news leader.
And welcome back. The gates opened just a few minutes ago for the Montana State Fair, and ABC Fox Montana's Melinda Zosh pushed her way through and is live now with more on what you can find at this year's fair. Mel.
Hey, Ben, we're having a great time out here at the fair in Great Falls. Of course, I'm joined with Cascade County Commissioner Joe Briggs. Joe, what's new at the fair this year?
Well, there's always new stuff. There's new food, as always. John Henshin, who runs the Mighty Thomas Carnival, always...
NASA has announced there will be something besides the game to watch for on Super Bowl Sunday. Plus,
I just signed your death warrant.
Still to come, disgraced former USA Gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar learns his fate. Full details right after this.
I get it. You know, I'm news. Good or bad, I'm news.
Sheriff Bob Edwards sits down with us for the first time since his arrest last June. Your ABC Montana News starts right now.
From around the Big Sky and your local hometown news station, this is Montana Right Now.
Good evening, I'm Taylor Chase.
And I'm Ty Hawkins. An assault charge against Cascade County Sheriff Bob Edwards is once again making headlines tonight.
The Helena Police Department has released the police report over 7 months later. To recap, the sheriff was charged with assault on June 15th of 2017. This after a witness at the hotel called 911 telling dispatchers that they heard a woman screaming, objects being thrown, and what sounded like a physical struggle coming from a room in that...
Okay, shots fired. Okay, they've opened fire.
We're live from the scene of last night's officer-involved shooting, leaving one man dead. We'll tell you what police are saying nearly 24 hours later. I'm Katie Tursek, and your ABC Montana News starts right now.
From around the Big Sky and your local hometown news station, this is Montana Right Now.
Tonight, nearly 9 months into 2018, and Great Falls has its first officer-involved shooting. The details are still coming in as to what led up to GFPD officers engaging a man at a mobile home park on the 3800 block of 8th Avenue North. It's a story that we first broke late last night with our KFBB app and one that we've been following all day. Good evening, I'm Taylor Tucker. Ty Hawkins is off tonight.
From around the Big Sky and your local hometown news station, this is Montana Right Now.
Today officially opens election season once again. All across the state, candidates are filing to run not just for congressional seats, but for state legislature as well.
As your hometown election headquarters, we took the time to get to know the parties and their agendas for the election season. Now we start right here in Great Falls, where Rachel Crow Spreading Wings breaks it down.
Here in Cascade County, Bill Strizich, Cascade County Democratic Chairman, says Great Falls is very much a blue-collar community with hardworking families across the board.
Our whole fabric.
We do a tax.
Bring it order.
Middle class.
Wait a minute.
Chaos breaks out on Capitol Hill as the Senate Finance Committee discusses the GOP tax plan. Your ABC Montana News starts right now.
From around the Big Sky and your local hometown news station, this is Montana Right Now.
More on the Finance Committee battle on Capitol Hill in just a bit, but right now in Montana, we have our own financial battle to deal with, as the governor says he'll veto one of the bills passed this week.
We have complete team coverage for you tonight as Amy Leach joins us from Billings, where she sat down with Speaker of the House Austin Knudsen for thoughts on the matter.
But first we go to Bliss Zeckman, who's in Helena. And Bliss, what exactly is the governor upset about, and what is he going to do to the veto?
Taylor, Ty, Governor Bullock has made it clear that he is displeased with how his call for a special session of Congress ended late Thursday night.
The Big Sky and your local hometown news station. This is Montana Right Now.
Good afternoon. I'm Taylor Chase.
And I'm Ty Hawkins. We have breaking news this afternoon. After weeks of treacherous conditions on the High Line, the governor has declared a state of emergency in Browning.
He signed the paperwork just moments ago, which now...
Wake up, you gotta shine with the sun, and here it comes, it's all about early, and I wanna be there.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for being with us here on Wake Up Montana. I'm Sydney Stell.
And I'm Matt Rogers. You've made it to Thursday. We are under a weather authority alert today. Strong, gusty winds and fire concerns across the state. We're going to bring in Majestic now to talk about that. Majestic, just how strong are we talking?
I mean, we could see some of those winds today gusting anywhere from 65 to 80 miles an hour. And it's all thanks to this driving force right here, an area of low pressure just off.
Covering Montana right now. This is ABC Local News at 5.
Good evening, Montana. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ricky Blackburn. We have breaking news tonight as big as Sandy girl, who has been missing for more than 2 years, has been found in Exton, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia. Now, the 5-year-old Sydney Reardon was allegedly abducted by her mother, Tracy Reardon, during July of 2017.
Suicide prevention funding for veterans, why many local health organizations were given money through the Montana Governor's Challenge.
I'm trying to call them. I'm trying to say, hey, I need your help. I need to move people out. This is not the time of year that we're log jammed in our facility. We can't be.
Cascade County Sheriff Jesse Slaughter taking a stand against the Department of Corrections and the governor about jail overcrowding. Your ABC Montana News at 6 starts right now.
Covering Montana right now. This is ABC Local News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Taylor Tucker. We'll get to those stories in just a few minutes, but first, could more storms be headed our way through parts of central Montana? Chief Meteorologist Greg Perez joins us with a look at your weather first. Greg.
Yeah, Taylor, we can be expecting a few more storms this evening and even tomorrow afternoon as well. But right now, the big story is the amount of flooding that we could be seeing along the Rocky Mountain front. Now, we did have a flood watch in effect yesterday.
I'm Ben Wyman in Missoula. We're going to follow up on some breaking news that we had last night in the show as a roof collapses in downtown Missoula. Now, new health concerns are rising. Well, the details coming up.
In Great Falls, I'm Ty Hawkins. The latest on frozen pipes affecting residents in central Montana.
I'm Becky Hillier in Billings, where we welcome the NAIA Division I Women's Basketball Championship. The student athletes enjoy a special dinner this evening to kick off the tournament.
From around the Big Sky and your local news station, this is Montana Right Now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us. We have crews positioned throughout the state to bring big stories happening in Montana right now. I'm Ben Wyman. Let's get things started in Missoula tonight. A city sidewalk remains closed and asbestos testing is currently underway following a roof collapse in downtown Missoula. Tonight on the ABC Montana News at 5:30, day 2 of the Big Sky in Boise. Sean Rainey will join us live with a recap of today's action.
Turning heads and winning titles, one Billings girl is taking the boxing world by storm.
Where to work out. Several Bozeman gyms are helping out MSU students as their fitness center remains closed.
And health concerns rise after winter takes its toll on another roof in western Montana.
Covering Montana right now, this is ABC Local News at 5:30.
A city sidewalk remains closed tonight and asbestos testing is underway following a roof collapse in downtown Missoula. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ben Wyman.
And I'm Angela Marshall. We want to let you know that we are experiencing a little bit of a technical difficulty.
Covering Montana right now, this is ABC Local News at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Taylor Tucker.
And I'm Ty Hawkins. Weather is once again our big story today, and we'll be checking in with Chief Meteorologist Ted King in just a bit. But first, the weather playing an even bigger role in a partial roof collapse this morning at a business on 10th Avenue. Great Falls Fire Rescue tells us this happened around 11 this morning.
Breaking into the newsroom right now, reports of a possible standoff happening on the northwest side of Great Falls in the Riverview area. Our Carlin Stafford is live from the scene with more. Carlin.
Smelter and Second, where there is a standoff going on. It first began in downtown. I was told that it was a car accident. The person drove away. Cops did follow. The car then ran into another car right here next to the high school.
This is Fox Local News at 9.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Taylor Tucker.
And I'm Ty Hawkins. This past weekend, a 2,000-foot wide avalanche struck in the Helena, Lewis, and Clark National Forest, killing a snowmobiler. The body was identified as 35-year-old Eric Grine of Shodo.
According to the Teton County Sheriff, this is the first time they've ever experienced a fatal avalanche in the area.
Tonight on the Fox Montana News at 9. From Big Sky to Boise, we follow the Montana State Bobcats as the women look to advance in the Big Sky Conference Tournament.
She's packing quite the punch, and she's only 10 years old. We'll tell you why this Billings girl was born to be a boxer.
It's not over yet, folks, but this Montana winter is already one for the record books. We'll map out the numbers.
And new concerns are raised after the roof of a downtown Missoula business collapses.
Covering Montana right now, this is Fox Local News at 9.
A city sidewalk remains closed and asbestos testing is underway following a roof collapse in downtown Missoula. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Angela Marshall.
And I'm Ben Wyman.
From around the Big Sky and your local news station, this is Montana Right Now, Local News Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm Ben Wyman. Thank you so much for joining us for this weekend edition of Montana Right Now. Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for starting your week with us here at Montana Right Now. We're continuing to work to get additional information for you tonight on a violent attack that left one man dead in his car at the West End Dairy Queen in Billings yesterday. Police have not identified the alleged shooter, but did tell us that a 30-year-old man turned himself into authorities after about 20 minutes after the shooting on Saturday. Now, a check of inmate records at the Yellowstone County Detention Facility led us to this man, Raheem Lee Calloway. He was booked into the facility on deliberate homicide charges Saturday afternoon. Calloway is a 30-year-old male born March 12, 1990, but of course, without proper confirmation from police or charging documents, we cannot say for sure he is the person connected with the shooting at the Dairy Queen. Now, what we do know from police is that the shooting Saturday was a targeted attack and not an act of random violence. Investigators told us the shooter and the victim did know one another. Now, the shooting.
You're watching KFBB Channel 5, Great Falls and Helena.
Come on, sit down and see what's hot is hot. Everybody wants a piece of what we've got. The non-stop hip-hop on top of the best it can be. Everybody's singing, must be ABC, must be ABC. We're the one and only. Everybody's singing, must be ABC.
You're watching News Channel 5, KFBB, Great Falls and Helena.